Dude, this is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Look at the design of this. We are looking at the Enzo E, which is Clever's newest board. Well, I shouldn't say newest. It's one of Clever's board, but it is a split ergo HHKB with both, you know, in very clever fashion here, EC and MX support. It has a SIP PCB. It has a whole bunch of fun things we're going to take a look at. A low front height, which is awesome. An 8.125 degree typing angle. It's inspired by like Zen gardens, which I'm assuming are those kind of like sand gardens. You guys will see. It's a beautiful keyboard. Now, price point, I don't know if this has changed since, but it should be around $450 to start for some of the base models. It's a more premium project, but I hope you guys enjoy what's gonna pop up on here on the screen. I think it's gorgeous. I think that's the plate we're using. What else? We have the PCB. This is a nice color, Clever. Damn. Wait, this is sick. Ooh. Oh, that looks sick from the side too. Do you guys see all the detailing in there? Oh, dude, honestly, I saw photos. Clever sent photos over, but this is... Oh, the coating is... Dude. Clever, this is beautiful. Although, Clever, I'm seeing Phillips head screws over here. What's with this? I'm assuming those are changing. I'm just gonna give them... Dude, this is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Look at the design of this. Oh, dude, this looks so much better in person. Like, not that it looked bad on pictures, by the way. Now, the one thing I really like is Clever told me about this. Here's the bottom of the board. Enzo, or yeah, I guess Enso? Is that how you pronounce it? Enso? And then we have this kind of twirling, you know, sand thing over here. This is going to be extremely, extremely tough to portray to you guys, but the coating on this is very rough, which is supposed to parallel the sand kind of vibe, you know, the Zen garden in the sand vibe. I remember Clever mentioning that to me. Honestly, I love this. Low key, I would love a little piece of this like rough coating on the top just to like, you know, run my hands over. But wow, that is super cool. The front height's incredibly low too. That's awesome. I love the color of this board. Yeah, this is sick. Dude, I really like what you did here with the different materials. This is beautiful. I mean, from a technical point here, side profile's gorgeous. Has some lines running through the weight. You know, this little foot here of a weight. I think this is a beautiful side profile. Reflects a lot too, so it's interesting to look at. The back of the keyboard here, again, we have lines being drawn horizontally, a little bit of a recessed USB-C port, and then we have that acrylic style top over here, which is really pretty. The bottom, which we've already shown off, and then we have an extremely low front height, which is probably caused by just a little bit more of an exaggerated, you know, lip downwards instead of, you know, doing that thing where a lot of these ergonomic boards just kind of V off on the bottom. And there is a small little cherry lip on the board as well. What a cool project this is. One of the more uniquely shaped PCBs I have seen. It is a hot swap PCB. I think this is the hybrid PCB, right? So this would accept both EC and MX. You can kind of see the circles. So, by the way, we've already covered one of the hybrid ones. If I don't look as like, whoa, this is amazing, it's because we've already covered a hybrid PCB from SIP before. However, a hybrid PCB with hot swap sockets and EC is insanely cool. So I want you guys to like fully grasp that, how awesome that is to have a hybrid between EC and MX on your board. Ultimately, if you wanted to do two builds, you'd have to buy two PCBs anyways, but if you were indecisive and wanted to try both without spending a lot of money, yeah, then you would only need to buy this one, which is awesome. Is the hybrid can only be done with hot swap? I'm sure you could solder a hot swap or a hybrid one, but I don't think it would work very well. Is this the top frame part? No, what is this? Yeah, it's a top frame. Wait, this is sick. The top accent? Damn. Wait, Clever, does this get... Is this also included at the $450 price point? Wait, this now changes the vibe of the keyboard a little bit more. These are actually pretty well magnetized, Clever. Well, I think it's just friction fitted in here a little bit, but damn, that is actually sick. By the way, we're not keeping this at all. I know I put sponsored because this is also like being done in collaboration a little bit with OmniType. Technically, OmniType is a sponsor of the channel, but I'm not keeping this. This is strictly, I want to show off the board. Clever makes some sick projects here. Cool, well, I'm gonna put this to the side. Are these gonna come pre-patinaed? All right, let's put this together. Exciting, exciting. Oh man, dude, this looks so good like this. Ooh, okay, pause 1 second with the real life talk for a moment. Look at the internals of this. Clever. This is gorgeous, dude. That feels really fun. That's so cool, man. I am thoroughly impressed by this. Recessed areas here, some ridges you could say. This will help bounce sound around since the weight is more, I'd say this is more of like a top heavy weight where it's not quite in the center. So this is much appreciated. This will do actually a lot for the keyboard, having these little ridges. This is so cool too. This feels really fun. The texture is exactly what you get on the bottom here for the rest of the keyboard. It feels really, really premium. We're gonna just probably stick with the gasket mount today because I really want to try it out. Here is the plate, little gaskets going around. Oh, interesting. So there is a big strip of silicone here on the top piece as well. I didn't even realize that. That is cool. So this will kind of like friction fit in a little bit too. Now, if you guys don't know, BCPs are insanely aggressive switches. I think they're kind of an acquired taste, but this is Clever's build, so we're not going to judge them for it. All right, next up, put this on. So this is extremely easy to build. Literally just popping this in, pogo pins attach, put this piece back on. Now this is a step you guys won't have to do, but we have some other screws we're going to be putting into this. Are the final screws going to be silver, Clever, or will they also be, or are they going to be black? Final screws will be silver most likely. Okay. But the top piece will come in various colors, including clear. Sounds good. Sounds good. I was just curious. So we're going to be using some KAP Midas switches today, which apparently go really well with this board. Well, what do you guys think? Actually, this looks sick like this. It is gorgeous, right? Clever's design work on all his boards have been a breath of fresh air. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I think Clever's doing stuff very different, and I actually told him this already, so this is not anything new. I think Clever is, from a personal standpoint, is becoming one of my designers to look out for in the hobby for a multitude of reasons, but extremely good. Like, dude, this is so pretty. There's so much texture on this. Assuming this doesn't even get patinaed and this gets sent out like a regular copper uncoated piece, you can patina this any way you want. Imagine flame patinaing this for the copper piece. But just think about how much texture is just on this board. I almost want to say, you know what would look really good on this? Just blank keycaps. But there's so much texture going on. Hard to tell on stream, but this whole coating is textured, and you can see the texture. You can see it's a bit noisy, right? But extremely beautiful. Look at that side profile is unique. It's almost very sleek, very, very sexy side profile. I barely ever use that word in the stream, so. This already feels very comfortable, and typically with boards like this, when you see them being visually over the top, the sacrifice is usually a lot of height, or lack of height. So a lot of the times you end up getting boards that are 24 millimeters off the ground, and they're just not comfortable to type on. This is 17 and a half roughly. So this is already looking comfortable to type on. But I guess let's see the way it types. It feels like it's going to be super comfortable. So KAP Midas, BCPs, alu plates. I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's also soft. Again, usually I describe a lot of boards as medium firmness. This is medium soft. It's definitely closer to medium, which is, I think, ideal for most people. It sounds gorgeous. And usually KAP Midas, KAP switches, or KAP keycaps rather, I don't really love KAP keycaps, the sound of them, and this is actually sounding really good. So I'll try the G on the L on the K and L here. See what kind of sound difference. So there's a little bit more of a high end. Like, it's definitely there. Definitely there, but I think I'd prefer the ABS. Again, I'm biased, so you guys can like whatever the hell you guys want to like. It's no sweat off anyone's back, and it shouldn't matter to anyone. I just think the ABS sounds a little bit more lively, personally, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, like this I can literally picture this on my desk every single day. Like, let's even switching it back to this view, like this looks good. It's not too overly aggressive in the way it looks. Although, when you look closer, you get to see how aggressive that looks. That's kind of why I think the black smoky one probably would be the best. It subdues it a little bit. I think this legitimately, but like when I do my top keyboards of the year thing, this would probably be my overall best pick. Love you guys. Talk to you soon, and bye-bye.